In Minneapolis, there have been Black Lives Matter protesters and activists and the local community protesting in front of a police precinct. They've been doing that for a number of days now because they're protesting the killing of 24-year-old Jamar Clark. He was unarmed. Cops shot him, one shot, and killed him. Now, there are some witnesses who say that he was handcuffed and unarmed while the cops shot him. So obviously the community's mad. Here's yet another unarmed African-American killed by the cops. Now, they're investigating that. This story is not about that. It's about what happened to those protesters. So, as I said, they're right in front of the precinct. But then counter-protesters start showing up. But they're wearing masks. And they're carrying weapons. Now, this is problematic. Now, let's pick the story up there. Demonstrators say masked men wearing military-style clothing had been harassing them for days during the protests. And Black Lives Matter Minneapolis posted a video Friday of two men on their way to disrupt the protests. Now, that video has guys saying outrageous, terrible things. We don't know how they got the video, and so take it with a grain of salt. It hasn't been verified by an independent news organization yet, okay? So we're not showing you the video, but according to things that were said independently online by some of the counter-protesters, the ones that are being called white supremacists, well, you can see why they're being called white supremacists, because online they would say things like, we're going to that, quote, chimp out. Okay, well, that sounds like a fairly racist thing to say at the least. But if that wasn't clear enough, they also said this. And I'm going to say the actual word here because I want you to understand the power of the word, especially as the protesters, the black protesters, have seen this and they know these guys are coming. Now, here's what they wrote online. Do you know if the BLM, the Black Lives Matter niggers, are planning to protest again tomorrow? And if so, at what time? Okay. Now, if you saw that online and you saw a video of them saying they're coming, and they've been coming and harassing you before, and you don't even know who they are, they're wearing masks and they're carrying weapons, my guess is you'd be a little frightened, right? So next, on Monday night, things took a turn for the much worse, okay? So 3 white men wearing bulletproof vests and covering their face with masks shot 5 Black Lives Matter protesters Monday night in Minneapolis. And some social media users are claiming the gunmen fired in self-defense. Of course they are. Okay. Now, give you more background on the guys who might have done it. Remember, they're wearing masks. There's 3 of them. Witnesses say 2 of them were white, and the 3rd guy might have been Asian. Okay. Now, the white supremacists online, again, it's unclear if you can connect the online statements to the people who actually did the shooting. But there were 3 guys. They did actually shoot 5 black protesters. Okay. The white supremacists mocked social justice warriors and other anti-racist whites who they described in psychosexual terms. So, and you've seen these guys online, right? And not necessarily related to this, and I'm not saying the guys who did the shootings, but in general, like, oh, yeah, the beta males, and we're going to pretend, they say we're going to pretend to be white beta males, and they've got other offensive terms they use, and so we can sneak in there, and then, you know, and then they talk about the N-words and the chimp out and all that stuff. Okay. Now, how did it go down specifically on that night? So, witnesses say the gunmen were trying to record demonstrators' faces on cell phone video shortly before opening fire. And the 2 groups argued. Then a group of protesters charged the men and demanded they remove their masks. But witnesses said the men shouted back, "Fuck no," and continued recording cell phone video. Okay, so then a chase begins. Okay, so let me be clear about this. About 6 guys from the Black Lives Matter group start chasing the protesters out because they're saying, look, man, you're recording my face. I can't see your face. I've seen the online threats. We're not going to take this anymore, okay? You got to go. So they start moving them out, okay? So far, there's no physical confrontation as far as we can tell from the witnesses. And then they start running, okay? The alpha males start running, okay? And now, of course, they're not going to fight because they're so alpha, but they have guns. And in fact, some of the witnesses said they warned the guys chasing them, look, they're reaching their waistband. They might have guns. Be careful. But those 6 followed anyway. Now, again, here's a group antagonizing. The other guys say, unarmed, saying, hey, we're not going to take it anymore. And then this happens. The witnesses said the men then stopped in an area where no cameras were present, turned around, and opened fire on the 6 protesters who had been chasing them. Now, luckily, the 5 who were shot, none of them died. Okay, thank God. Now, authorities say they've arrested a 23-year-old they think might be related in Bloomington in connection with the shooting. We'll see if he turns out to be one of the guys who did the shooting. And obviously, the cops are looking into it. On the other hand, these guys have been coming every day, antagonizing. They're armed. The protesters are not armed. Remember, they're in front of a police precinct. Okay, now let's do role reversal, okay? Work with me here. I don't care how right-wing you are. Let's see if you can be honest about this. Imagine that there are white protesters unarmed somewhere, and 5 Black Panthers that are masked, wearing bulletproof vests and carrying weapons, or 5 Bloods or Crips wearing masks and bulletproof vests and carrying weapons show up and start intimidating the white unarmed protesters. Do you think the cops might step out of the precinct and ask those guys a couple of questions? You think maybe they separate them? Maybe they do a little police work to see if those guns are registered, etc.? Cops are sitting right there in the precinct. Oh, they're protesting us. Hey, look at those guys with guns who are threatening them. Okay, come on. You really think 5 armed black guys show up against unarmed white people and the cops don't step in? They don't step in. They let them continue to intimidate the unarmed white protesters. All right, let's give you one last role reversal. Okay, there are good Christian protesters somewhere. It happens all the time, right? And they're obviously unarmed. And 5 Muslims come armed with bulletproof vests wearing masks. You think the cops don't step in? Does anyone in the country believe that the cops don't step in and go, whoa, what are you doing? What are you doing? Right? Look, guys, this is a disaster, man. First of all, it's a disaster they shot those 5 guys in the first place. Of course they're gonna claim self-defense. Oh my God, after I pushed them and I pushed them and I pushed them and I antagonized them and I recorded them and I wore the mask and I intimidated them and I said all this stuff online, I can't believe he chased me. I had to shoot him dead, right? Are they gonna get charged with attempted murder? If somebody shoots at you and hits you, luckily doesn't kill you, you think that's attempted murder? Somebody did that to me, that's attempted freaking murder, okay? Are they all gonna be charged with attempted murder? Or are they going to be like, well, I mean, I guess there was a little bit of self-defense, I guess. My guess is that's what happens, because that's what's happened every time. With Zimmerman, I mean, you chased the guy down, you were armed, he wasn't armed. Well, did he? I mean, after you chased him down and started, he's dead, we can't ask him. You claim he somehow magically turned around and chased you and threatened you a little bit. You shot him dead and we let you off. You wonder why people talk about white privilege. Black people can't, and thank God, I don't want anybody doing this, but black people can't go around intimidating white people with guns. Muslims can't do that to Christians, okay? And I don't want them to. But why are white people allowed to do it to minorities? And then they complain about the thugs? They complain about black culture? What about your culture? And by the way, I'm not nearly as stupid as the right wing that thinks that it's the fault of all white people. Of course not, right? But why is it when it's white thugs, we don't have the cops step in? They show up, by some accounts, 20 minutes later. It's in front of the precinct. What took you so long? You give me 5 armed black guys there, they will be all over them, man. 20 seconds max. If you don't believe that, you're not being honest with yourself. You know it. You know it. No matter how right-wing you are, you know I'm right. Right? And so what's going to happen? There's about 300 million guns in the country. You think at some point some people aren't going to want to protect themselves and exercise their Second Amendment rights? I don't want them to, because it's going to turn into a bloody mess. I'm for gun control. I don't want either side to have guns. But I know America, at some point the black guys are going to show up with guns, or Latino guys are going to show up with guns. They weren't, and look, they're unarmed. All these protesters, unarmed. They keep getting pushed, and other guys keep shooting at them. At some point, somebody's going to say, hey, let's protect ourselves, right? Or whoever the minority community might be, somebody's going to show up with guns. oh, then we're going to have a bloody mess on our hands, literally. We're going to have the OK Corral. And then what if the two sides shooting? And then there's the bystanders, and they have guns. This is going to end incredibly poorly. It already has. 5 guys just got shot. And you hear it on Fox News? Are they talking about the thugs who shot at 5 innocent, unarmed men who were just exercising their First Amendment rights to protest the government? Remember Fox News? Oh, hey, the government, you got to watch out for the government. These guys are saying the same thing. Black Lives Matter is saying, watch out for the government. And Fox News should be sympathetic to that. No, they're the thugs. They got the wrong culture. Fox News, why aren't you on this? We found the thugs. We found them. Why aren't you covering it 24/7? Oh, yeah. Little different rules for white people and black people.